here. Okay. So, girl, I thought it was Friday. And it's so crazy because I kept saying happy Wednesday. Yeah, I'm like, it's not Wednesday. I mean, it's not Friday. And then I just spent 5 minutes looking for my um microphone. Let me make sure it's on since I just had it in my hand and then I was like, oh, I forgot my coffee. So I ran and got my coffee with the microphone in my hand. And then I left the microphone in there and I'm sitting, I'm like, girl, I know I just had that damn microphone. I have not smoked a morsel. I know I just had that damn microphone and it was in the kitchen. So I had to go get it and have to start. So and then I realized that my scarf was askew. And then I had on some other glasses. And so I would put those on to see how it would work with the light and and see how that was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, 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 girl. We are down here, girl. What is going on? So it is Thursday. I don't have anything to talk about, but I did see a clip, and I said I was going to talk. Like I keep saying, and I keep having to say it so I can keep remembering to share with you down here what I talk about. What my when I'm moving around online, what I find, what I leave comments on. Okay, let's see. It's just like streaks that I see, and you might not be able to see them, but I see them. But I'm gonna leave them alone because I'll be down here wiping these glasses all day. Um, oh, girl, you doing the most. I don't need to have. Okay, I gotta remember get my posture together. Get your posture right. Get your posture right. Does your mother know he's riding around in your Range Rover? Get your posture right, Candy.
Has a Range Rover.
Okay, well, calm down,
And
baby.
if he wants, if we switch up and he wants
Does
to
your
drive
mom
my
like
car,
him? Is she okay with him living with you?
So what is up? Did you already like the video? We have girl, just get in here. And we have our little reefer here. I had some reefer last night. I didn't roll nothing fresh this morning because I had some last night. And before I went to bed. And yeah. So girl, we are down here, girl. Oh, I need to push this out. Yeah. Oop. So I got my little incense going. I thought I saw anyways, let me put my stuff in here. So I don't even know what's going on, but I did want to make a comment about this, and I saw it on the Shade Room. And this woman talking about Russell Wilson and talking about how simps um are straight men. That's what she just said. Simps are straight men because she felt like men who call other men simps are gay. So I want you to hear what she had to say. Now, this was on the Shade Room, and I left. Oh, before we get started, let's listen to this message here. We got we got a message from Bubba Buford, Bubba Boot Mouth Buford.
But keep my husband out of it.
I didn't like how it worked out. It was foul. I mean, it definitely was foul. And I'm just going to say, I haven't really talked a lot about this, but, I want, I really want to leave it to my fans to figure out, like, what was going on.
Your fans? Your fans? That reefer smell. Ooh, that reefer smell.
Because know that I'm not a quitter. Never, ever been a quitter. And
let's start all over. Because
so just putting that out there, but
I was blind by the
reefer.
reefer.
What it is, and I think that there are better things in store for me.
Let's start all over.
I'm glad you're not coming back to Nuri. To this, I didn't like how it worked out. It was foul. I mean, it definitely was foul, and I'm just gonna say I haven't really talked a lot about this, but I really wanted to leave it to my fans to figure out like what was going on because know that I'm not a quitter. Never ever been a quitter. And I ain't never ran away from anybody. So just putting that out there. But it just is what it is. And I think that there are better things.
Girl, did nobody say you quit? You just didn't get renewed. Nobody thinks you quit. I'm gonna read some of the comments, and then we're gonna move to the girl who is using homophobia to rationalize misogyny. We'll get back to that.
Store for me. I think that platform was what it was for me at the moment, and I think that God has something better.
It was never for you. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. You came under some fucked up pretenses, girl.
And I'm going down the right path. So that's all. I'm glad you're not.
All right, let's read some of the comments. Shout out to Chris Diggy. That show did not serve her in any positive way. Let someone else, Quad or Toya, be the whipping boy for the season. Protect your peace, girl, and have your baby. If that nigga's sperm is compatible. Shout out to Chris. Hey, Chris. Great. Get your health right. Get your head right. Get your marriage right. And live happily with your baby or babies and your husband. Anybody encouraging that woman to continue a partnership and a marriage and procreate with that motherfucking evil munchkin man, Dr. Minnie Cooper, head of the Lollipop Guild. We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. We represent the Lollipop Guild and welcome you to Munchkin Land. All the candies and lollipops just falling out of the Mini Cooper when he pulls up. He comes out, he hops out. Remember how he hopped out of that car, that sedan? Was it a sedan or a truck? He hopped out, his little pigeon toes hopped out. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Yeah. Go have your little short babies, girl. Stop talking about these people before they choke me. Ooh. So Tanisha and her husband. We need to get Jack A to say it. Her husband. Mary. Mary. Hey, Mary. I need to get a clip of Jackie Harry saying, husband, it's my husband. All right, Bubba Buford. Well, I hope they happy. They're surely icing her out. I had a feeling she wasn't returning. I pray that she has peace. Yeah, and I've prayed that she realizes you don't have to subject yourself to a partner like that. There are so many other men that would probably want to have children with you, and more than likely, once you wake up and you realize, oh girl, I made the wrong choice. I went down the wrong old road. Take my horse down the old town road. You ride it till girl, you can't even ride it, girl. Pull it, bop it, twist it, pull it, bop it, twist it, bop it. Pull it, girl. I used to love that pull it, bop it, and twist it. Girl, but that's what y'all be doing down there. I have to put myself together. That's what y'all be doing down there. So you took your ass down Old Town Road. You took your lips down the Old Town Road, and you got you an old evil mad scientist, a psychiatrist, a narcissistic, a short girl. Listen, a short narcissistic psychiatrist, girl.
It was gone. Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep.
That is a we show in the making. If y'all don't take your shenanigans down to we, so we can see you running upstairs after him all the time. How many times we gonna see you run up and down them stairs? How many times have you ran down the stairs? How many steps did you get in today running after Gregory? We gonna miss you down to the Married to Medicine, girl. I'm so glad I have my show back. Let me tell you something. I love Married to Medicine, but I need for y'all down to Married to Medicine to stop acting like this is Survivor Medicine Island, where people only last 1 or 2 seasons and then they leave. Y'all need to bring a friend, like a real, true, authentic friend, not some girl be like, oh, she would be good for the show. She would be good for the show. No, go to your friends. Haven't you ever had a job where they were like, y'all need to do referral incentives down to Bravo, girl. Refer your friends, not these who do these fans that be hopping in motherfuckers DMs. No, they're not good. And do background checks on people. We had a whole single black female down to Married to Medicine because only a fool would put herself in that situation. On TV, in real life, no person would do that, what she did. And then nobody would be like, oh, they're not being nice to her. Why these are supposedly like in a like dynamic that didn't have so many edges and tentacles and strings from it. If they were really friends, if we're gonna say this is a friend group, no new wife to an abusive ex-husband is going to come in the ex-wife's friend group. That doesn't even make sense. And nobody around is going to be like, oh, they were not being nice to her. They weren't treating her kindly. They were mean. They were trying to ice her out. She's not supposed to be there. She's not supposed to be there. That is not happening anywhere. If it would be a completely different story if the relationship dynamics were healthier. They were in an abusive, volatile relationship. And the fact that you got with a man whose Yelp review was out for the world to see, and you hopped in his DMs and told him, I can give you what you want. You didn't even know the motherfucker had acidic sperm. I'm telling you right now, if she breaks up with Gregory and goes and has a baby, she will get pregnant like that. Her fertility issues will be solved, resolved. Hallelujah. And then the people in the comments, good for you, patting her on the back. Good for you, sweet tea. You deserve that. She shouldn't have been there. Y'all, the gag is we shouldn't even know who the fuck she is. That's the crazy part. We shouldn't even know who she is, girl, at all. Mm-mm. They said Quad should be fired. What would y'all do then? What would y'all talk about? What would y'all talk about if Quad left Married to Medicine? Huh? What would y'all talk about if Quad left medicine Married to Medicine? Simone? Jackie? Who are you gonna talk about? Heavenly? Who are you gonna talk about if Quadrina, Quadtavius, girl, I don't know what her Quadlindria. What would y'all do if Quadrica left? What you gonna do? What you gonna talk about? Hmm? You let me know what you would talk about if Quad left Married to Medicine. Y'all would have nothing to talk about if Quad left. So good riddance. Godspeed, girl. But let me go back to this thing that I was telling you about. This post that we were telling you about. The image of Russell Wilson and Ciara, and the people were. Oh, I know how I can find it. Hold on, let me go. I posted it on Threads. Okay, here it is. Oh,
Simps are usually the straight men. That's not weak, that's strength. You have some men.
Hold on. Let me go to the Instagram post. It's actually not the Shade Room. It's called Ask a Black Man. Girl, I don't know how that got in my feed because I'm definitely not. This is called Ask a Black Man. It says, and two others. Okay, that's why I saw it. The Bish Gossip is who I follow. So that's why I saw it. Okay, it says, listen, woman says simps are straight men. They protect and provide if you not spoiling a woman who you treating right. If you're not spoiling a woman, who are you treating right? Simp men are usually the only straight one. So I want y'all to hear her rationale. I want y'all to listen to this.
The men that they call simps are usually the straight men. That's not weak, that's strength. And you have some men, especially the ones on the down low. I'm not doing for a bitch. I'm not doing all of that. That's simping. That's y'all doing too much for women. If you're not doing it for women, son, who are you doing it for? Another man? Because it doesn't make sense. Why are y'all so bothered about actually doing the role of a man for a woman? These men will listen to you talk. Notice when your energy is off. Rub your back. Send you flowers. Cook for you. Don't need to be begged to act right. And most importantly, they genuinely like women. They're not simps. They're just emotionally secure straight men. The men that brag about not doing nothing for a woman either hate women or don't like women at all. Talking about I ain't buying her shit. She can't get $1 out of me. Y'all doing all that for pussy? Let's be honest, some of them don't even like women like that. Like if the idea of loving a woman out loud disgusts you, then sweetie, you are not a straight man. Be obsessing over other men, not women. Have you ever heard about these type of men talk about other men? It sounds like they be in love. And let them keep using simp like it's an insult. Because it really just means he's emotional available. He knows how to love with effort. He values a woman's softness, not just her sex. He will be the one her kids call dad one day. He's not afraid to be a protector and a provider. Because the same men that y'all mock are the same men that women pray for. The men that they call simps are usually the straight men. That's not weak, that's strength. And you have some men, especially the ones on the down low. I'm not doing for a bitch. I'm not doing all of that. That's simping. That's y'all doing too much for women. If you're not doing it for women, son, who are you doing it for? Another man? Because it doesn't make sense. Why are y'all so bothered about actually doing the role of a man for a woman? These men will listen to you talk. Notice when your energy is off. Rub your back. Send you flowers. Cook for you. Don't need to be begged to act right. And most importantly, they genuinely like women. They're not simps. They're just emotionally secure straight men. The men that brag about not doing nothing for a woman either hate women or don't like women at all. Talking about I ain't buying her shit. She can't get $1 out of me. Y'all doing all that for pussy? Let's be honest, some of them don't even like women like that. Like if the idea of loving a woman out loud disgusts you, then sweetie, you are not a straight man. Be obsessing over other men, not women. Have you ever heard about these type of men talk about other men? It sounds like they be in love. And let them keep using simp like it's an insult. Because it really just means he's emotional available. He knows how to love with effort. He values a woman's softness, not just her sex. He will be the one her kids call dad one day. He's not afraid to be a protector and a provider. Because the same men that y'all mock are the same men that women pray for. The men that they call simps are usually the straight men.
Oh, I want her to come out of the fairy tale. Come out of it, okay? Come out of it. Number one, a simp is a motherfucking simp. We're not going to take simp and make it into a different word with the meaning that a simp is a motherfucking simp. The niggas who are calling niggas simps, are the simps. Those are the simps. Simp ass niggas, those are the simps. Simp is not a good word. You're not going to change it because men are calling men who treat women kindly simps. You're not going to change the word. A simp is a motherfucking simp. A simp, I don't even know how else to say it. A bitch ass nigga, a simp ass nigga, a simp. Right? It's just what it is. But we live in a world where men do not like women. Straight men. Did you know that straight men don't like women? Did you know that? Just because someone is sexually attracted to your genitalia doesn't mean they like you, sweetie. Just because somebody has been socialized to like your genitalia so they won't appear gay, you're employing the same mind frame that you're using to try to rationalize why men don't like women. That's called misogyny. We already have a word for it. It's not and a simp is not, you're not going to take simp and make it into a term of endearment. It's always going to be a pejorative, always. It's always going to be used as a pejorative. Calling somebody a simp, men call men simps because they are being kind to women. They are operating outside of the default setting of misogyny as a socialized, manufactured man. They have a switch in them. They don't like women. That's how the patriarchy functions. While you're looking for the ones that like you, that's why it's hard to find. That's why it's hard for a lot of girls to find the guys that like them, that truly like them. Not what they can do for them, not if they can give them a baby, not if they can do some little housework, not when you start auditioning to be the person that he takes care of. While you take care of him, you audition. It's so funny, I'll be auditioning for like room and board. But anyways, the fact of the matter is a simp is a simp. Men who treat women kindly are made fun of and ridiculed by the majority of men because they are socialized not to like women. That is misogyny. And you're not going to call, just because a man does not like women does not mean that he is gay, because misogyny, the hatred of women, can also be inside of a gay man. It can also be inside of a woman. So we already have a word for people who do not like women. Those are misogynists. Misogynists are not just men, they're not just straight men. We're not going to call people who do not like women gay, because that is going to, you're going to assume just because he doesn't like me, that means that he must like women. He must like men. You're using the same system and words that men use when women don't like men. When misandrists, or women who don't like men, are very critical of men, or are responding to the misogyny that they call misandrist, they'll tell you, oh, you must like women, you must be a lesbian, as if that's the only option, and you can't criticize a group of people with and not also be wanting to be with them. That two things cannot exist. So if you criticize men, they think you're lesbian. You must be gay. You must be a lesbian, a kissing lesbian. So we have to get out of using homophobia to rationalize misogyny, right? You're trying to understand, why don't men like women? You have to accept that they don't. You have to accept that they don't, and then proceed with trying to be in community with men who are allies to women. And just because a man is an ally to a woman doesn't mean he's a suitable romantic partner, right? A good Just because a man is a good man doesn't mean he's a good man for marriage. Okay? Let me read some of the comments. Simp does not equal straight men. The fuck? Stop using homophobia to rationalize your misogyny. These men don't like y'all. So when they spot one who actually treats a woman with kindness and respect, they call him a simp. But a simp is a simp. Period. That's not a simp, that's a man. Right. Stop. You're not gonna take simp and try to make it into a term of endearment. That's not we're not doing that, girl. A simp is a motherfucking simp. And the niggas are using it towards other men because they're kind to women. Period. Or they're treating a woman kindly. But you're gonna have to come to the acceptance that there are people in this world who just do not like women, and those are called misogynists. And a misogynist is not it's not, it doesn't care who it is the host of. Women internalize misogyny every day. Pick me's, male identified women, mammy mountain climbing boot wearing bitches. Misogyny, there's like a latent disdain for women. In On the other end of the coin, it's really the feminine, because we're in a patriarchy. So there's always going to be like an air, some a fragrant of misogyny coming through. They light the incense, and it's misogyny everywhere, because we're in a system of a patriarchy. So that's man first, father, all this, father God, blah blah blah. It's all man, 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 man first. Everything first. Put the man, center the man, da 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 da, man, traditional. Oh, be the man, da da da, be the this, be the maid, the mule, the mattress, do all this stuff, this shit, because the man is the reward, the prize. That's how the people act. That's how the people behave. If you say anything against a man, people are in the comments calling you a male basher, and you must this and you must that, and because you criticize a man, girl, you must be gay. How could you criticize a man if you're not worshiping a man? If you're criticizing a man, then you must be gay. So it's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of shit, all to maintain the male identity, uplift the male identity, put the male first, put the man first everywhere. So when they see a man who doesn't operate in that same frequency, who actually is treating women kindly, they uplift Future, and they look down on men like Russell Wilson. You see it all the time. What you being nice to her for? You must want to fuck, right? Then we just get that man who looked like a mattress at the Goodwill the other day talking about I lie to get pussy, sexual coercion, talk about committing crimes on YouTube. Y'all can't operate from a space and say that because somebody mistreats women that they're gay. Like that's like straight up homophobia. Because I don't know if you have ever noticed there are gay men who don't like women. Ooh, shocker. There are women who don't like women. Yeah, yeah. So misogyny doesn't care who the host is, who it resides in. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. As long as you are running around like Agent Smith enforcing the patriarchy, it doesn't care who does the work, who does the bidding. It doesn't. And when you're sitting down here saying, "Oh yeah, when a man treats a woman kindly, we're gonna call him a simp." Girl, no, we're not playing those games. A simp is a motherfucking simp. A man who treats a person kindly is just a man. Just a man. Nothing great about a man doing what he promises to do or is committed to do or says he's going to do. That's just a man. Or a woman who says it's just you don't get extra stuff for being like, I don't know, it's really sad because we live in a society where it's just like, oh, you got to give these niggas cookies for every little thing that they do because so many of them are so poor in the way that they relate to women that you got to give the ones who treat women kindly all the gifts. You got to show that you appreciate it so much in hopes, the women love to hope, in hope that other men will see and be like, "Oh, oh, so you do. Oh, okay, so you could have good rewards from being nice to women." You hear men all the time talk about, "I want to have sex with you. I don't like you." How many times do you have to hear them niggas say, "I don't like you"? And it looked like I said, from the air mattress shaped niggas to the niggas who look like Idris Elba or whatever you deem attractive in through your lens. I don't like you. I don't like you. How many times do you have to hear them say it? That's why I always say it's the women who need deprogramming. That's why them musty ass niggas say y'all like to be lied to. We know no one likes to be lied to, but we're not going to sit in cognitive dissonance and then be like, oh, because he doesn't like women, he's gay. I'm going to rationalize the misogyny with homophobia. No, girl, that's stupid. Let me read some of the comments. She spoke straight facts. I never understood how a man wouldn't want to spoil his woman. Why wouldn't you understand that? I need y'all to like whoop out of the fairy tale. She spoke straight facts. I never understood how a man wouldn't want to spoil his woman. I cook, clean, rub her feet, baby her, and when it's time of the month, I wouldn't want any man treating my daughter or sister any less. Ran throughs always on here saying this. Sierra definitely isn't sitting on her hands. She's out doing her thing, bringing checks as well. Work together, build an empire, and no one can tear her down. Most of the men that are called that are usually individuals who are giving so much and getting so little in return. Men warn those men to stop because it's obvious he's being used. Girls don't like that. So they call the men that warn those guys gay. I don't quite understand what this person is saying. Okay, maybe somebody can explain to me. So, what do you call a woman that doesn't want to do anything for a man? Let's see what the person says. Not a grown woman. No, actually, you call them history or past. We call them history, LOL, or the past, or maybe old news. Oh, left behind. Left behind and alive, not found dead with his heart exploded in his chest under a whore. Left over and motherfucking alive, nigga. Left over. Because the word on the street, the closer they get to y'all, the more dangerous you guys are. That's what I heard. The manipulation tactic is crazy work. I fully agree with this message, but it do be some women out there playing niggas like crazy. So I understand where they're coming from. Um We're never going to take the word simp and make it a term of endearment. A simp is a simp. And the majority of men who disrespect women and who are lames are simps. That's like literally what a lame is, like a simp. Like you a lame, you a simp, you're lame. The majority of like Drake is a simp. Like he's a straight up simp. The way he moves around, girl, that's a simp. You understand what I'm saying? Like don't try and change the word. We already have a word for it. It's misogyny. Stop calling men who don't like women gay. That's Don't stop rationalizing like that. It's crazy because you're operating in the same mind frame of the men that you are complaining about. The men that you're complaining about, because you complain about them, they call you a lesbian. When the men are around complaining about you, you calling them gay. Y'all one and the same. Y'all belong together. Y'all belong together. Y'all belong together. Ooh. Okay, let's move to the other story now. I was watching Cam Newton. Well, I wasn't watching Cam Newton. I watched a clip. It came across my feed. And so I was like, let me talk about it because
especially the ones on the download. I'm not doing full bitch. I'm not doing all of that. That's simping. That's y'all doing too much for women. So you're not doing.
And men on the down low, I mean, I guess to me, I feel like because see, I think what fucks a lot of people up, we're socialized to believe a person's default setting is straight. And so I think that fucks people up, right? And people are socialized to go in that direction. But a lot of these sexuality is fluid. You like what you like. And because you're socialized to go towards men and believe that you are, oh yeah, I'm attracted to men. Yes, I am. I'm attracted to men. I'm sexually attracted to men. So you feel just because you're sexually attracted to them that you should be in partnership with them. See, and those two things don't always go. Just because you're sexually attracted to a person doesn't mean they like you, doesn't mean they respect you, doesn't mean they value you, doesn't mean you're going to get anything in return from them. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. It doesn't. So men who treat women kindly, we're not calling them simps. I think I'm done with that. Okay, let's get to the next part. Okay. It's okay, this is
Don't you open up.
Hold on. Uh-oh, what happened? Hold on.
If he's
Okay.
down on one.
Okay, it says only the worthy get access behind the glass. Nuri Muhammad believes women shouldn't be treated like clearance items, mismatched, handled, and devalued. Maybe mishandled and devalued. So let's listen to what he says. He's sitting across from Cam Newton, and Cam Newton looks like he wants to throw up. I'll play it
If
for you.
he's not willing to get down on one knee for you, don't you open up two knees for him. So you should show commitment before you get access to this mother of civilization and this queen. And that if women would say no, I guarantee you there'll be a whole lot more holy matrimony and covenant connections and sacred unions going on. Sisters, I promise you, if you really knew your value, you would stop giving men discounts. If you really knew your value, you come off that clearance rack and get back behind the glass where the real valuable stuff is at. You know, when you go to a store, the clearance rack got stuff. You got a large hanger with a medium shirt and pants don't fit this outfit and stepped on stuff a few times. But whenever you behind the glass, we was getting my wife's ring serviced, and there was a sign on there that said, we are only allowed to show you one of these in this glass at a time. And I asked him, I said, why is that? He said, because of how valuable they are, we don't want to take the risk of being distracted and somebody being able to have two or three and they take one and we don't realize that it happened. That's the same way that our women have to be. Just like the valuable ring or bracelet could only be looked at one item at a time, you should have in your mind as a woman that, look, if I'm the only one you looking at and considering right now. And if I'm not, then you know, I'm gonna have to move on. Down on if he's not willing to get down on one knee for you, don't you open up two knees for him. So you should show commitment before you get access to.
Do you hear all the selling points to try to get you to partner with these motherfuckers? Girl, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm gonna let him finish. Let me let the nigga finish. Hold on.
If he's not willing to get down on one knee for you, don't you and open up two knees for him. So you should show commitment before you get access to this mother of civilization and this queen. And that if women would say no, I guarantee you there'll be a whole lot more holy matrimony and covenant connections and sacred unions going on. Sisters, I promise you, if you really knew your value, you would stop giving men discounts. If you really knew your value, you come off that cliff.
The crazy part is they don't even realize that they're telling you that men devalue you. So you got to make sure that when you come in contact with one, because he is coming in contact with one, is going to devalue you. And they're trying to sell you on the idea the least amount that you come in contact with, the more valuable you are. But listen, if I come in contact with you and you don't match me, I'm going to go to the next one and the next one. But they tell you the more men you come in contact with, whore, something is wrong with you. So what that tells me is I shouldn't come in contact with any of you motherfuckers because I want to keep and maintain my value. You understand what I'm saying? They don't even realize they drag themselves by telling you don't sleep with men. Don't sleep with too many men. That's they're dirty. And that's another thing. That's why they have like a disrespect for you because they're like, how many men have you come in contact with? You came in contact with how many of us? Ugh. Girl, you did what? Are you crazy? They don't even realize it. They look at you like, ugh. You came in contact with one of us?
That's right. And get back behind the glass where the real valuable stuff is at. You know, when you go to a store, the clearance rack got stuff. You got a large hanger with a medium shirt, and pants don't fit this outfit, and stepped on stuff a few times. But whenever you behind the glass, we was getting my wife's ring serviced, and there was a sign on there that said, "We are only allowed to show you one of these in this glass at a time." And I asked him, I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because of how valuable they are, we don't want to take the risk of."
Damn it. I hate when that thing does that. Hold on. And then it's like,
if he's not time. And I asked him, I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because of how valuable they are, we don't want to take the risk of being distracted and somebody being able to have two or three and they take one and we don't realize that it happened." That's the same way that our women have to be. Just like the valuable ring or bracelet could only be looked at one item at a time, you should have in your mind as a woman that, look, if I'm the only one you looking at and considering right now. And if I'm not, then you know, I'm gonna have to move on. If he's not willing to get down on one knee for you, don't you and open up two knees for him. So you should.
I said, it's 2025. It's time to stop operating from a framework and a system that has historically and generationally been unsustainable for more than 50% of the people who participate in it. Ladies, if a man is not an ally to women, he does not deserve access to you, period. You do not need the false promise of marriage to give up coochie. Just don't give it to men who don't like women. That will eliminate 89% of men. May the odds be ever in your favor. Cam was sick to his stomach this entire interview. Everything that he's against. Great word, brother. If you knew your value, you would stop giving men discounts. I'll be saying crazy stuff and don't even realize, you don't even realize that men don't even realize that they drag themselves. Women too. You don't even realize. And I really want to dig into the conversation, like, for straight women, this cognitive dissonance that they have with bisexual men. Now, I know y'all be like, oh, I'm not dating a bisexual man. You're not gonna make me date a bisexual. I would prefer you not date anybody. But that's just me. I'm an old lady. You can date who you want to date, have the experiences you want to have. I'm just saying, I would prefer that you maintain your value. You got it? The thing with the bisexual men, for me, when I keep trying to get to the root, I try to do a root cause analysis, okay? I'm trying to get to the root of the reason why straight, I use straight loosely, straight women, because I use straight loosely because I feel like people are not really straight. I feel like people are just socialized to move in that direction. And then you're conditioned to believe, like, oh, if I'm sexually attracted to the opposite sex, then that means I need to be partnered with them. And there's so many other things that come into that. But, anyways, the thing with the bisexual men, when I get to the root of it, and I know y'all are going to say it's not that, because every time somebody says what it is, you say that it's not that. But then when somebody asks you what it is, you're never ever able to verbalize what it actually is. So everybody's always trying to figure out what's the issue, what's the issue, what's the issue. To me, I feel like the issue is you really don't like men. You have an understanding that men give you the heebie jeebies. These niggas give me the heebie jeebies. I know you're gonna say that's not it, but I think it's at the base of it. You know men, and so you're like, ugh. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's like a little. I feel like it's a little homophobia, a little. I feel like it's a little. As I keep like thinking about it, because I think about it a lot, because I'm like, it's not like, because nobody can ever verbalize what it is, and it's like, oh, it's the risky behavior. But straight men, like men, practice risky sexual behaviors. That's why all the damn drugs are tested on them, not just because they're men, but also because they practice risky behaviors. They also practice sexual fluidity and don't tell anybody. You understand what I'm saying? And I think in the back of a lot of women's heads, they understand that. And so they the thought they're thinking about how men are, and so you know how men are with women. I think in your head you think about how they are if they're with men, how they would be. And I think when you have an idea like, if I'm with a man that's been with another man, what's the difference? You've been with a man who's been with other women. What is the difference? Now, I'm not saying, I this is not a promotion to partner with bisexual men. This is me wondering why. I just want to know why. I'm not telling you to. I'm not saying, nobody is forcing you. A lot of women have like a trauma response, because in a patriarchy, you always feel like you're being forced. So a lot of women, especially in the intersection of Black women, feel like somebody's forcing them to do something. And I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just asking you why. And you're, oh, it's just a preference. No, 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 no. It's no, 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 no. Well, what's your preference rooted in? What is it rooted in? Right? My preference of mint chocolate chip over chocolate chip is, like, I like the taste of mint. I like the refreshing taste of mint. I can tell you why it's my preference. Right? So if you're telling me I prefer straight men over bisexual men, why? That's all I want to know. I'm not telling you to date bisexual men. I'm not telling you even to give them a chance. I'm not telling you, even though they're probably okay. Let me shut up. I'm not gonna. I said I wasn't going to try to promote or anything, because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she's trying to promote us to. No, I'm not. I would encourage you to maintain your value and stay in the case. Be a motherfucking nun, girl. Devote your life to yourself and to God, which is basically yourself. So that's what I would encourage. But we live life, and we have to have experiences in order to tell some great stories on the other end of the hill, on the other side of the hill. So that's all I'm asking. I just want to know why. I like to think about things, and I always think about, what is it? What is it? What is it? And we say it's homophobia because it's like, I think a lot of women like, oh, two men being together. Oh my God, I can't. I just can't. I just can't. I can't picture that. But to me, I feel like if you like men, why wouldn't you think that men would like men? And if you understand that, like, people like who they get pleasure from, Now, and I feel like now, and then that's where the DL culture comes in. And then, but we saw that straight man, right, who was shaped like a hot air balloon, tell you that he also lies to get pussy. And we talk about DL men, they doing the same thing, lying to get pussy and dick, but lying to you. That's, you don't know that they on the they on the DL because they're lying to you about their sexual attraction to men. I don't. To me, I always want to know is what is the aversion to men who are attracted to men if you yourself are attracted to men. Like, don't, wouldn't you understand that? Like Bill Maher was saying that to that idiot Terrence Howard. He was like, just because it's not for me, I do understand how men can be attracted to other men. I understand how people can be attracted to people because some people are attracted to people. So I get how people can be. That's not my thing. I don't have that attraction. But if you're attracted to men, how come you don't understand that other men can also be attracted to men? And like, if you like dick, how come you can't understand that a man doesn't? I don't understand. If you find pleasure from it, why don't you think they wouldn't find pleasure in it either? And I think a part of the DO culture is the thrill of deception. Same with straight men. Like, they be lying to the girls to get the coochie too. We just heard the nigga the other day. Maxine has her nose is stopped up. Did you hear it? Poor little thing. Her nose is stopped up. But anyways, yeah. So that's all I want to know. I just want to know why. What's the what's the reason for the preference? What's the reason for it? Where does the preference come from? What's the root of your preference? That's all. I mean, don't you think about, like, okay, like, do you ever sit down and think like, why why did I want to be this when I grow up? Why did I desire marriage? Have you ever thought, I mention this every now and again. Have you ever thought about the things that you desire, and you think about the things that you desire or that you desired, but do you think about why you desired those things? Do you think about the why behind your actions, or are you just moving through this life just with a little windy thing in your back, doing what you think you should be doing, but not even like sitting down and be like, why did I want children? Why did I want marriage? Why did I want to go to college? Why did I want to be an architect? Why did I want to be a neurosurgeon? Why did I want this? Why did I desire this? Why was that desire in me? Who encouraged that? What was I around? What did my community look like? What did I see? Why did I desire this? Ask yourself the desires of your heart. Why do you desire those things? Why did you desire marriage? Why did you think about your wedding when you were 8 years old? Why? And you had no clue of the pathology of men. But you, in your mind at 8 years old, 7 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 13 years old, you pictured your wedding. You don't even understand, man, you don't even understand the concept of marriage. You don't even know who you are. And you're already envisioning something that as you grow up and you participate in it, you're like, girl, what the fuck? This is what I wanted. I wanted this. I didn't want this. This is not how it was supposed to turn out. Anyways, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. We're gonna get down in the comments. We're gonna come back with another video. Let me know what you think about the Cam story. Then let me know what you think about the being a jewel in the box, that what the man was saying. I do kind of want to read some more of the comments but I think we could do like 5 minutes or maybe 4 minutes. He's never getting invited back. Yes, yes, and yes. And this is why why fathers are critical to the development of their daughters. I spent years not knowing what I was worth because my father passed when I was almost 2 and my mother's boyfriend abused me. His actions and his lack of validation taught me my lack of worth. So this is why fathers are critical for the development of daughters. Your father died, and the father figure, which would be your mother's boyfriend, abused you. So why is it so? How, tell me how again fathers are critical to the development of their children, of their daughters? Okay, I just want to know. His actions and lack of validation taught me my lack of worth. So I ended up believing clearance was okay because that's all I knew. When I found out who I am in Christ, everything changed. Most people are not listening to the wise brother. Which is why most communities are broken and disenfranchised. Even Cam looks disconnected. Cam was definitely not trying to hear this. He's another Nick. They don't give a damn thing about valuing a woman. And when are y'all going to accept it and like stop? I know I'm like an older lady, but when do you decide, like how many times do you do it before you're like, yeah, I'm good? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. It's like, when do you realize, like, oh yeah, they actually don't like women? So I'm not gonna waste time trying to find the one that doesn't have the arsenic. And the arsenic is patriarchy, misogyny, homophobia, all of the things. All of the things. This is for virgins. Just like back in the day, the kings were brought virgins, not women who had 20 other men inside of them with no commitment. Why? Because they were looked at as the clearance rack, less valuable. But why were they less valuable? What made them less valuable? Tell me what made the woman less valuable. Coming in contact with a man. Oh, okay. That's my time. Take care of each other, protect your energy, ask yourself, why did you desire the things? Right? Simp is not a term of endearment. Let's make that motherfucking clear. Maintain your value. Stay in the case, girls. The niggas tell you, the more niggas you come in contact, the more of us you come in contact with, the less valuable you are. They tell you that. They've been telling y'all that. They call you a whore. They call you a whore. So don't be a whore. Anyways. All right. Take care of each other. Protect your poom poom. Protect your assets. Okay. Protect your energy. Peace.